how to generate bankruptcy leads via Facebook. We're going to show you how to do it via paid advertising. We're also going to show you how to do it via free through one of the groups that we manage, and where you're going to actually generate free leads by giving some of your legal advice out to the public. My purpose of this meeting is, once again, just how to generate bankruptcy leads on Facebook. It's a huge opportunity. And I want to walk you through how I think of it, because people think of a Facebook lead as a back and forth, but it becomes siloed out into many different lead paths. And that's what we're going to walk through today. And we're going to start by the ad itself, right? And this is our ad, and I'm walking through everything through one of our clients in Nebraska, Chris Gam. He's a young, passionate lawyer that has a lot of talent. And this is an ad that we run for him. But whether this is your client and you're putting it on your page, whether you're doing posts periodically on your Facebook page, it doesn't matter. You can take all my information and use it in any way you want. But I'm going to run through this ad first. This is a client who filed bankruptcy, who took the 720 credit score closed and said, I'd like to share my story. You have clients like this. All of you have clients just like Melanie.
After my bankruptcy and getting all of my debt wiped away, I cannot tell you how I felt. I felt so much peace. The weight was lifted off of my chest. I could take a breather, inhale, exhale. My mind was so much clearer, so much laser sharp. I could really map out my plan of what I want to do to complete my goals. 720 credit score set me up for success by giving me the tools I needed to rebuild my credit, which then allowed me to rebuild my life. I'm so grateful I filed bankruptcy. I got a fresh start. And my saying is, when you know better, you do better. My bankruptcy allowed me to pick out a loan. I was able to pay for my attorney fees in between to start my own nonprofit organization and to also publish my book. I'm so grateful. There's no words to express how I feel right now.
So when that video came in, it was 2 minutes of raw video, and it didn't look beautiful at all, right? And in fact, when it came in, she sent me a video and she was trying to get it done perfectly and trying to make the take perfect. And I was like, no, don't be perfect. Just, here's what you do. Just talk into your phone for 2 minutes straight and just talk, whatever comes to mind, just say over and over and over. And she gave me a 2 to 3 minute video. I sent it to an editor for $60. That was done. $60, 60. Okay. And we have used that video hundreds of thousands of times around the country. And my point is, this is not something you need me for. All of you have a client that would love to tell the story, right? And they're not paid actors. This is not someone that just does this for a living. All they're going to do is pick up their phone and they're going to talk into the phone for 2 minutes. This is something that's working, and it pays dividends for over and over and over. Now, with Facebook, we have it set up where when someone asks for information, let me go back to the screen. So as you can see, it says learn more. So a Facebook lead, as you can imagine, this is someone who's scrolling and they're not there yet, like most of them, right? Like if someone was going to Google and saying, hey, how to find a bankruptcy attorney near me, the intent for that person is different than the intent for a bankruptcy lead. So what they do is we ask basically to learn more, because all we want them to do is give us their name and email address. That's all we want them to do, right? When they give us their name and email address, the dominoes start falling little by little, and they don't realize, but what we're doing behind the scenes is building an argument of trying to change their perspective of what bankruptcy means. Okay? So once we get their name and email, and anytime they engage with on Facebook, we can message them too. We do a series of things. The first thing we do is put them into an email drip sequence. And this is an example of, as you can see, GAM Legal Services, followed up by 5,200 Facebook leads, right? 5,200. If I go to enrollment history, I want to show you the last one was put in on August 12th at 10:17. Just under an hour ago, a lead came in. And we're starting the process to convert the mindset of this debtor that bankruptcy is not the end of the world. We're just like nudging them. This is not a hard sell. And I'm talking specifically for a bankruptcy lead, a Google lead, local service lead, where you're paying $125, $150 a call. You got to be a lot more aggressive on that. But on this type of lead, we're nurturing. We follow up with this lead for months and months and years and years. When these emails come in, these are raw leads. I want to point this out. These people are unsure about bankruptcy. Well, I got debt. They ask for free information, and we're getting a 33% open rate. Now, 33% open rates on raw marketing is like a grand slam home run. I mean, it's just extraordinary. Email 2, 30.4%. Email 3, 23%. Email 4, 40%. And I just want to point out something. We're talking statistically significance based on 5,200 sent emails. I'm not talking like 42 emails. I'm talking 5,200 emails. Our email copy is designed to get people to open it, right? And we talk about how to improve your life after bankruptcy. And I want to make it very, very clear. We talk about that. That's the language that works. Do you want to learn how to rebuild your life after bankruptcy? You want to learn how to recover after bankruptcy. And here's an example of an email, right? Let's face your fears. Bankruptcy is packed with a lot of negative emotions. Sounds bad, dirty. It's even embarrassing. What if people find out, right? What we're trying to do is speak into like what they're thinking. We all know what they're thinking, and we've seen this movie 100 times, right? 1,000 times. We know the debtor as well as they know themselves. Frankly, we know the debtor better than they know themselves. And we're just speaking into the truth, right? The fact that it's not true. Bankruptcy is an opportunity to close one chapter of your life and open a new chapter. To make the most of your new chapter, though, you have to face your fears. And what I mean by facing your fears is this: instead of worrying about how your bankruptcy will impact your life, make a plan so you're in control. This copy that we use is proven to work. Yesterday, I was talking to a client who's helping a large bankruptcy firm in Wisconsin. And they were talking about how they have their own lead follow-up. And I was like, I understand that. And my response was, when was the last time they changed any of the copy, the headlines, the text messaging on that sequence? And the answer's like when they first wrote it. I mean, a debtor attorney is meeting with clients. The debtor attorney is filing cases. A debtor attorney is dealing with briefs or whatever you have to do, right? You're not really thinking about a email sequence that you wrote years ago. This is what we do. We focus on the copy that gets people convert. This is one step of the follow-up, okay? The next step of the follow-up, there's a distinction in Facebook called the messenger. It's when you give a direct message to someone. And you can see we had a direct message this morning at 9. We had another direct message at 8:30. And let's just go through this. Hello, my name is Kenneth. So this guy contacted us. And I'm thinking about doing bankruptcy. I just don't know where to begin or what to think. Thanks for calling. Looking forward to chatting. We sent him the information. And then on how to set up an appointment or call directly. So obviously we want the person to call immediately. And ensure clarity for any missteps. We want to speak to one of our appointments. We can set up an appointment. So we're solving for the appointment, right? And we didn't hear back. We reach out. The spots are filling up fast. Would you like it? Are you still interested? Yes. Great. Can I have a good time to call you? Give me your name and phone number. He gives us all this. We already had it, but what we're trying to do is just engage and get people engaging with the situation, right? And we locked them in at 1:30 on August 13th. So this is messaging, right? So we had a lead come in, and we got the email, we got the messengers, and now we're going to take it to the comments. This is an example of someone who saw the ad and he asked, "What about Nebraska?" And we're responding, "Hello, Rick. We've messaged you privately. Please check your inbox. Hey, Rick, we're reaching out regarding your comment on one of our Facebook posts. It's a free phone consultation that we offer. We can set up an appointment with one of our associates. Here are the times we have available. Also, provide me with your phone number and an email." Now, when people comment like this, we don't get the email. So the advantage of getting email, we put them in the email drip. He didn't respond. Following up, "Rick, it's best to speak with one of our associates." When you're dealing with debtors, we all know what they're like. And it's not a knock on the debtor. They're busy. They have people calling they don't recognize. We just got to keep nudging them. Okay? Most attorneys don't have time to continually nudge like this, right? Following up, Rick, any update, right? Keep going down. We're just nudging, nudging, nudging. Hey, can we make it a little later? Because I don't get off till 3:30. We are there when the debtor is ready. There's no judgment. There's no entitlement feeling. We're tied to results and we're tied to freedom of the debtor. Okay. I have a 3:30 available on the 14th. Need your name and phone number. Here's it. We got them when the time was right. Right. And we got that all dialed in. So once again, I want to repeat, you get the ad. Now we run paid ads because it becomes predictable. There's a predictability to lead flow, which is really important so we're not having this huge ups and the low downs. Once we do the ads, we track them down 3 ways. The first way was the email. Second way, the message. Then we're tracking also with comments. But there's one other way. On top of that, we have a texting platform. So this texting platform are for people that give us the name, give us the phone number, but they're not replying to Messenger, they're not replying to emails. We just want to get in front of them again. "Hey, Rick, this is Patricia with GAM Legal Services. Thank you for reaching out on Facebook page regarding limiting your debt. We'd love to talk to you and help you with it. What specific debt challenges you're currently facing?" Reply stop to be removed. I want to point something out. We are fully CAN spam and 10DLC compliant. I'm going to repeat that. We are 100% CAN spam and 10DLC compliant. If someone wants to stop receiving our emails, it's one button, it's unsubscribe, and we're gone. 10DLC, the complexity of the 10DLC regulation. And for those of you who don't know, 10DLC is 10-digit, like a phone number in America is 10 digits long. In order to text from a local number, you need to get approved by the phone system. So there's not like a spamminess to text messages. We approve every one of our attorneys, and it is highly, highly complex to manage hundreds of attorneys and all their 10DLC compliant and to lock down. This is why we're allowed to send what we send, and it's why our emails get delivered. When someone gives us a list of 1,000 emails to follow up, we run them through scrubbers. We make sure that they're legitimate emails before we send a thing because we don't want to get blacklisted. We pay for private servers in order to send our emails because we don't want someone's inappropriate emailing to impact our deliverability. We text people and we go through a series of text messages that go out years. Now, we don't, with text messaging, we don't want people to stop. It's easy to say stop. You reply with stop to your text messages. I reply with stop to my text messages. We don't want people to stop. We want to just be there when they're ready. And you can see, Rick says, what type of debt are you facing? All of it. I have $18,000 in debt and I want it gone, please. So let me give you the thought process, how we think about debt, especially with text messaging and engaging. The reason why we say we'd love to talk about your debt, what specific debt challenges are you facing, is where is Rick going to talk about his debt with someone? I mean, he's not bringing it up at a dinner party. He's not most likely bringing it up to his family because a lot of families have these preconceived notions about debt. I mean, he's embarrassed about it, most likely. He's isolated because who you can talk to. You're confused, like what chapter 7 work, chapter 13 work, like what do you do, right? So the minute these people start engaging with us, we start winning. When they start telling us and start feeling good about the truth about their debt and where they're at, it's gonna work, and it's gonna turn into a good lead that feels heard. I just want to put something in perspective. If an attorney calls me up and says, "Hey, I need to make the most amount of money in the next 90 days," the highest ROI for a bankruptcy lead would absolutely be a Google lead or a lead where someone is typing in, "I need to find a bankruptcy attorney near me." And you go to Google OSA and you pay for that green dot where it says approve, and they're calling, and you better be good at closing, because if you don't close them, they're calling the next green dot on the list. If you're good at closing and you have a good staff that's going to take those calls and convert those people, then that's the highest ROI in 90 to 120 days. And the reason why is the client intent is there. Now, if you have a little more patience, you can pay the longer game, like Chris Gam with 5,200 leads. Chris pays around $35 for that lead one time. We do the email, we do the messenger, we do the comments, we do the texting, all of that included in that. And then he pays us $10 for every time one of our texting teams or our Filipino team. We have a team of group of people in the Philippines who answers texts 18 hours a day. Or give them a shout out. They're amazing, run by our head guy, Arnell, out there. So you pay us $35 for all that and $10 when we set an appointment.
In the past, just trying to run ads on Facebook has been challenging just because of the parameters around like debt relief that they seem to have. How do you guys get around that? Is it
Yeah, it's called a special ads category.
okay?
So you have to do a special ads category, and it's a financial service ads, and there's criteria that you can and cannot say. But, basically what we learned in the very beginning is by trial and error. You put it out and you get denied, you copy the ad, you change what they're doing, and you do it again. I will tell you, Joe, I don't, I say this, I don't like, it seems self-serving. I don't think you would ever be able to recreate the cost we charge. And it's okay. I'm just telling you, you should try it for a month and look at the costs and see if it works. But when you start spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on Facebook, Facebook gives priority, and it's amazing how quick and how our price per impression has come down. But thanks for the question. This right here is a very, very vibrant and a fantastic bankruptcy support group on Facebook. 17,800 members. And it is, I approved the members this morning, and look, we have 4 more people. This person's in Nebraska, this person's in South Carolina, Michigan, filing in September. Okay? These are the posts that we've received, like the post requests we've received in the past 3 hours, whatever. I just had a free consultation, don't have the retainer fee yet, and you sit down with the attorney, and they're thinking I may need a 13 instead of a 7 because of a vehicle that is titled to me, which isn't even mine. I got served by the creditor. Okay. Does filing Chapter 7 cause issues at the end of the year with filing taxes? Should I get a different car prior to filing? I've decided to affirm my car loan. Anyone in North Carolina use John Orcutt? Anything good or bad I should know, right? I'm afraid to pick the wrong attorney. This is a community of debtors that are trying to figure it out, right? And we are the admins. And it's a way that I'm trying to just, add more value for our debtor attorneys. But I've given this a lot of thought. I'm like, what do these people want, or what do they need? They want direction, right? And I'm gonna scroll down to show you some of our attorneys. Okay. So for example, my 341 meeting is tomorrow. Nervous but feeling relieved. My attorney suggests not to free my mortgage. Has anyone had an incident of not reaffirming? And John Voss says, no, attorney went to school for many years, has more than now in years of hands-on experience, and gives you the advice on the internet. Why don't you want to believe him? Like, he's just trying to engage, right? What I'm trying to do here is generate good advice for the debtor, and at the same time have people contact here, which is our admin. Our admin support this is Bankruptcy Support Group USA. When they call us, we put them in touch with one of our attorneys, right? So here's what I put together as an idea we're going to test out, and we're doing with some attorneys right now. Comment for leads plan. Okay. Basically, you agree to post 50 comments, just like John Voss did or Kathy Moran did, and we're going to give you one live transfer. Okay. And here's what we're going to do. I mean, we don't want to be salesy, right? We want to be helpful, on topic, written in good faith. No minimum length required. Just be encouraging. We want you to be encouraging and emotionally supportive. These people are confused and isolated. They don't know where to go. We want this to be a supportive group. No promotional, no DM me, nothing like that. All referrals go to the admin. And because we don't want self-promotion, I don't want to self-promote myself. We don't want the attorney self-promoting themselves. And periodically, doesn't have to be every time or it looks weird. It's like, hey, if you want to speak to a bankruptcy attorney, message the admin and they can connect you with someone who's been vetted. Now, when we send you the lead, we're going to send you a lead that's spoken to one of us and has $8,000 in dischargeable debt. We're qualifying them, earned at least $1,800 a month in income, and has expressed interest and intent of speaking to a bankruptcy attorney. And we're going to live transfer it to you, meaning we're going to send it directly to your phone while they're on the phone. There's no appointment. There's nothing. So anyways, my point of the whole thing with regards to this group and taking over that as admin, I just don't want it to be like, I want to just give and give and give. And people are going to feel like, man, this is the greatest group. And we're going to generate these great leads of people. Like these debtors are better than a Google LSA lead because they're knowledgeable. They're going to be talking to us and we're going to put them right in your phone for you. And that's something we just started. I'm talking 2 weeks ago. We figured this whole thing out and I'm really excited about rolling this out.
So when you get when you send the leads, you said that you would send it to our phones. Now, do we pay for those leads after you send it?
Whoa, not these. Like, so if on the 50 to 1 type thing, we're just going to do that in good faith because we're going to add value to them. And my hope is that enough people will start contacting admin and being like, hey, give me an attorney, give me an attorney, give me an attorney, right? It's too early to tell because we just started, we just figured this whole group out, but no, you're not paying for those at all. Not paying for those at all. If you want to be a part of, we have other leads that we do live transfers on, but this is not one of them. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, I already signed on with 720 Strategies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. About 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, I recognize your name. I recognize your name. Yeah, no, absolutely. Good. Well, I'm glad you joined the group and just be helpful with the comments and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. What other questions?
It's super easy. Most of the time I try to be not specific. And I guess one thing is like I feel like I should say something like, in my practice I do this, so they know an attorney and not just a random person giving my own advice.
Lisa, that's a huge distinction. All our attorneys, it's better to say something like, hey, with my clients in my practice, what I found doing this as an attorney. Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, I'm into it.
Good. It's good to have you.
Yeah, nice to see everyone. I am just getting in there. I love how many members there are and how active it is. I'm just trying to find my way to get in.
I'm you know what, I gotta tell you, Kathy Moran said something funny. She's like, it feels like a rolling stream that you're throwing money at and it falls. It's like we got to figure out. And by the way, for those of you who really understand social media and this type of group, this is my first entree into like a group this dynamic. Any ideas you have, please let me know. Like this, we want to be so value add that people are like, oh man, this is the go-to place for bankruptcy. And once we figure it out, we can actually advertise people for Facebook. We can give them the algorithm. They have the algorithm of people that are already part of the group. They look like our previous debtors that we can bring into the group. So
Makes
imagine this type of lead flow.
Amazing.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. So like we're better together. Hit me up directly with any ideas you have. That goes for everyone on the call.
Thank you so much. This has been
Thanks.
so much value already. So thank you so much, Phil.
Thanks, Trent. Good to see you. Well, good deal. Well, on behalf of the team here at 720 System Strategies, I just want to thank you for joining. I want to really give a special shout out to Arnell and his Filipino team. They are extraordinary members of the 720 team that do great work for all of us and our debtors. And we're going to keep on getting better and better. And I appreciate all of you joining. And we will see you next month.